Shut up.
Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Not Another Pucking Podcast, Comedians on Hockey, with your old pal Chris Roach, the sometimes less than personable Anthony DiDomenico, the Count of Condescension, John Truson, and the effervescent Nick Tillelli in the booth. And now,
Let's talk hockey.
Oh, man, this is going to be our greatest show ever. You know how I know? Because everybody's been at each other's throats even before we got on.
Anthony brings in attention when you have to.
Why bring it in?
Why
bring it in?
No, I got to go. I gotta go on the record saying that I was all over Roach before Anthony even got here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's all over me. He's all over me about the topic of today's
Well, hold it.
podcast.
We'll get to it in a minute. Get to it in a minute.
We'll start with Anthony's showing up and getting into a fight with the Jews for Jesus next door.
Wow.
I wasn't next door. What happened was,
At least you know you hate everyone equally. That's kind of...
I don't hate people. You know, hate's a strong word.
Hate is a strong word.
Yeah, it's a good way to describe how I
How
feel
about
about you.
have your normal outlook that you have with everybody?
Well, what happened was, I'm going to make the turn into the parking lot, and
Okay.
there is a stop sign that now allows me to turn. And this guy just decides to go through it, and then stops, slams on his brakes, and gives me the okay to go. And I was like, I roll my window down and go, hey, a-hole, I know I can go. You have the stop sign, you moron. And then I was walking back, and it was the same guy. He was a Jews for Jesus van.
Now, at what point do you think maybe it's you?
So I went through the stop. Did I go through the stop sign?
But it's always him in confrontation.
did I go
at
through the
some
stop
point.
sign?
No. Here's the thing.
Okay.
It's not Anthony that's the idiot. The other people are idiots.
I call him out.
However, Anthony does not suffer fools well.
No,
if he sees an idiot, he tells him he's an idiot.
Man, have you ever been in a car with him?
No.
He goes from unpleasant to very unfriendly.
Yeah?
I get very relaxed at the wheel. I like past exits. I get very relaxed, and I find driving very relaxing. Him,
Me
on
too.
the other hand, no way.
I relax when I drive.
I just know I'm not going to
Because-
change anyone's life by yelling at them. Like, they're not going to be like, you know what, this guy today brought up a good point. I'm going to be better. What is he going to turn to Christianity now? He's not going to,
Well, that one guy was tailgating you that time.
Oh yeah, can I give you a little?
I stuck up for you.
He did. But can I give everybody a little? And I tell my wife this because my wife gets road rage too.
Yes.
Here's a little trick. Anytime somebody's tailgating you or driving like an idiot, just say to yourself, "Oh my God, they must have to poo really bad."
No, I hit my brakes and then I called them an a-hole.
Do you have any kind of a trick that gets anybody out on the ice to practice hockey?
Yeah.
Yes, you say, "Oh my
Considering
God,
that-
he must have a lot to do at home."
How'd your training go this week, Roach?
It went okay. I talked to Tom Laidlaw.
You talked to him,
Yeah.
okay.
Tom Laidlaw, Tom Laidlaw texted me at 4:30 in the morning.
Well, he should. He should because I told him that he failed and he was upset. First thing I said to Tom Laidlaw was, "You completely failed at motivating Rhodes to get out on the ice."
Oh yeah, and he was upset with himself
I
too.
know, it was great.
Because we up in West Nyack, New York, we went to a comedy meets hockey. It was a hockey fundraiser.
Yeah.
For a local team, and Tom Laidlaw and Colton Orr were there.
And our friend Arda Akal.
Arda Akal from
Hockey
MSG.
show.
And we got to meet Tom. We met
Thanks for
Colton.
the invite.
Okay, we met Colton before, but Tom Laidlaw at 60 years old is a tank.
He's jacked.
Yeah,
The guy's arms are like...
And it's not like sometimes you see these like bodybuilders and you meet them in person, they're like 5 feet tall, which is I guess that's how they can hold on the muscle with the little frame,
Yeah.
like Nick. But
Wow, direct shot. I've been defending
Hey,
him. I see
baby.
your point now.
You see? You
Yeah,
see what's
I
happening
see
here?
it. I'm on his side. He
Roach.
insults my height. Listen, you're freakishly tall, okay? That's the problem. I'm not small.
Just remember that head makes a huge target. So just,
listen, Tom Laidlaw has got to
continue.
be 6'1", and he's just tremendous. He's bursting out of his dress shirt there.
well, that's because he shops in the
So
kids
first of
section.
all,
Wait, Tom Laidlaw, okay, obviously a hockey player, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been our guest.
He's been our guest,
Yes.
of course. All right, that's
I
what I
didn't
thought.
pay attention to what goes on.
Yeah.
You know what? Because when I'm an
He's not
engineer, I
he's
got a
not
lot of
hockey
things
guy.
going.
He's not a hockey guy.
How about
He's
I totally forgot to call Nick out the other day when he calls up and tells us Ray Garvey's on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Way to screen the phone call.
I know.
It's Ray Garvey's son. Ray Garvey.
It was
We're
Ray
like,
Garvey's son.
and we were like, Tristan and I looking at each other like, Ray Garvey passed away.
passed away.
Who was a legend in the
Well, he said
New York,
Ray
New Jersey
Garvey.
comedy
Yeah, yeah.
world.
So, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't know. Where does he know that? I don't stick up for him on that one.
There you go. No, that's
You know what I
not
want
his
to know?
fault.
You go on all these hockey things, and how come I don't get invited to the hockey things too?
Would you have come to West Nyack to see two Rangers and me perform? No.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, we actually sat through.
I don't know what's worse.
We
seeing
sat
two
through.
Rangers
We
or
sat through a
watching
hockey,
Yeah.
comedy show.
Anthony, you like to stay home and
How
watch
about get
fake,
me?
fake
How
sports.
about get me on the show?
The Q&A was interesting. It was a good.
How about get me on the show?
Listen, if I'm going to say an insult, you better listen. I said, Anthony, you like to stay home and watch fake sports.
I picked it up. It wasn't funny. Like most of the probably shit you said that night.
Whoa. Whoa.
Wow.
That's an insult. That's how you do it.
Wow. Wow. Such. Oh man.
I wonder
So
what.
now I have a question. Let's
Go.
before we even get off topic of Roach being a knucklehead. Okay, now I guess about a month and a half, couple of months ago, Roach goes, I found out about this like super secret hockey game, and it's got
Yeah.
celebrities and hockey players and stuff like that, and it's so super secret that Roach tells every human being he comes in contact with about it.
That's right.
Is it supposed to be secret or not?
I don't know.
And
I
who
don't
let
know.
you
Well,
in
then
on it?
don't tell everybody.
Well, they might actually do some publicity on it.
Yeah, but you're also now. Is it? Here's the thing. Whose game is it?
It's the Ferraro brothers,
Right.
of Long Island. You know,
Right.
both-
Are you giving away the secret right now? Is
They
this-
know-
No. But here's my question: Is Roach keeps inviting people to play, and I'm like, it's not your game.
You're gonna come down here.
I'm allowed to invite. I'm allowed to invite NHL players.
Hey, listen,
All right, did they say that?
Yes.
Did they say
Come
you're
on
allowed
down.
to invite?
They want
any
me. They want. When I spoke to one of their friends, Tambo, he said that.
Okay.
He's the guy that's writing the book on Bobby Ryan. He told
Okay.
me that he could get me some other players. That's when I said, I don't know if I want to invite Sean Avery. What if he starts a fight and somebody's like, who invited Sean Avery?
Exactly.
But I did tell Laidlaw and Orr.
Okay.
And I
Or
found
or still in shape.
yeah, well, yes, and I also found out who's on the list. Is Clark Gillies will probably be there,
wow.
Nice.
and
When is this?
And here's what's
it's not
insane.
much, not much. You can come hang out and watch. They want that. They want people to come down and watch.
What Chris Roach doesn't understand is these guys were professional ice hockey players.
Right.
Okay. He thinks he's going to get on the ice 3 times and then jump on the ice with these guys. You're going to get killed.
See, this is the problem with you spending all those time with those mental patient open micers who think they do comedy 3 times and deserve to headline the club.
Anthony.
You're getting it in your head about comedy. I mean, ice skating where you can skate 3 times and play with professionals. If you're a bigger
okay.
mental patient as they are.
Okay, right now,
I'm there for the photo ops.
between now and the game, if you get on the ice 100 times,
You'll still
suck.
That's okay as long as I don't die.
Yeah, but you need to get on the ice at least 100 times to not die.
Just think
and
if-
you're going to get on. You're not going to do it every week. You got 14 excuses not to do it.
You know, you have to go down this week.
Anybody here want to bet me $20? I will bet $20. Roach doesn't even show up on the ice that day.
I'm gonna be. I'll take that bet.
I will be.
You think he's showing up?
I think he's showing up because let me tell you why. It's good for the podcast if you go,
Right.
and we get some good guests out of it.
It's also I will. I will.
No, he'll
I'll
show
say
up,
here,
but he won't go on the ice
think-
because
you think
he'll
he's
get
gonna go on the ice?
killed.
I will be on the ice
He
the
will have
first week in January.
1,000 excuses to not go.
What's annoying to me is like just think we've been talking about if you got on the ice
That's
when you
right.
talked about it,
Yeah.
you would have been ready for this game. And
You,
people were like, wow,
would-
this guy can move.
you should have already had about 30 skates under your belt from the time that we started.
I can't
annoying
wait
you.
to see Roach have a coronary and try to balance himself on skates.
That's funny. That's my greatest fear is like dying and looking up at the ceiling.
I'll
at
do
a
that thing
hockey
where
rink.
wiping the sweat with both hands.
It would be funny if you did die in front of all your heroes in hockey.
When you're on stage, you wipe your sweat with both hands. Like,
Oh man, this is a bad day for Roach.
I am. I'm going to take it nice and slow.
Well, you're certainly doing that well.
Wait, you know who else is
couldn't
playing?
take it any slower. I mean,
He's taking it so slow. He's at a complete standstill.
take
for
it
the
any
last
slower.
year.
Just throw out your skates and start from the beginning. That's the only way you can take it any slower.
I have a method. All right.
Yeah.
You know who else is playing? Who I heard is like very like competitive. Like you can't even like joke around with him. Is Boomer Esiason.
Oh,
really?
Oh yeah.
you know what? They talk about him on. I listen to Boomer and Gio every morning. In everything they do, whether it be like a softball game or anything, he is very competitive.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he's a professional
athlete.
who
Yes.
takes pride in what he does. He's played in a Super Bowl, been the MVP of the league. Everything he does is competitive. Then you're gonna go, it's going on that Boomer, you know, just getting up.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get into here's my little name drop, which I don't do that much, but
No, you don't.
We have some-
At one point, no, we don't. At one point, I had dinner with Bill Belichick because I have mutual friends that really are very close to Bill Belichick. And afterwards, we went to this place down.
Did anybody say a word?
No, and then we went to this place, and they had like ping pong and billiards and stuff like that. And he was playing ping pong, and just playing ping pong, he was insanely competitive. Really? Because in order to be on that level of excellence in a competitive sport, that's part of you, and you can't get rid of it.
Right.
And Roach thinks he's just going to go out there and like tap dance down the ice with these guys.
You know another name drop? Kevin James has that too in him.
Of course he does.
Like you could be his best friend, but if you do it like play pinball, it's like you see a different person.
I played ball with Kevin James. He's a great athlete, and he's super competitive, and he should be.
All right.
And you need some of that, Roach. You need some of that fire.
I have that fire in my
You don't have any. You don't even have like a spark.
My career.
Listen,
Like Bruce Springsteen said, you can't start a fire without a spark. That's you. This gun ain't for hire.
This is like an intervention at this point.
It has to be.
All right, now when are you getting out on the ice?
first week in January, I will be laced up and skating.
Why wait till that
slowly.
long?
You know
Yeah,
why?
that's like 2 weeks from
I'll
now.
tell you
That's what I'm
exactly
saying.
why.
I'll tell you why.
I'm gonna be
You don't
on the
know
ice.
why. I know why.
I know
I'm going to be
why.
on the
I
ice
know
8
exactly
times before then.
Of course you are.
You know why he's
But-
saying January 1st? Because like all these people that come back to Weight Watchers January 1st, and they're there for 3 weeks, and then you don't see them again to next January 1st.
That's not true. The reason I'm doing it is because
The
we have
excuse trains, choo-choo.
we got a few more days of work in the house, and then the house will be
What are
ready.
you doing in this house? What is? Are you building another one? Like you
we-
feel like
Sounds like it.
we you know what? My wife is she's amazing. We ripped up carpet. We had a sand glue yesterday off the concrete.
Listen, Floyd, if you slept till 1 o'clock and then started working on the house, it's not really. You'll get things done.
Anyway, we painted walls, trim, spackle,
Okay,
everything.
now I go to skate for an hour and a half every day before I go to work. Okay, and I get to work about 10:30.
Shame.
What time do you get up?
Probably 12 noon.
Yeah. Now you could go to the rink, skate, come home, take a nap, and still get up and do the housework.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Do you have to save up all your energy for the housework? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because I'm exhausted in my back, and I'm wearing knee pads down there
Well,
on the
again,
floor.
this all goes back to not being in shape and taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
see if you ice skate, it's all one cohesive.
If you've been
thing.
ice
You
skating the whole
skated,
time,
you've been
you
able to do
have
more
plenty of
housework.
energy.
Yeah.
Back to the podcast, guys.
I like this kind of podcast. I like the.
Today was supposed to be. Today's topic was supposed to be Trevor Gillies and the greatest brawls in NHL history, but he has stuff going on with the family and Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. So I came up with a beautiful idea since the holiday season. Let's talk about the Messiah of New York hockey and the most famous Jews in hockey.
Mike Bossy's not Jewish.
Here's my
Mike Bossy? Oh, it's Nystrom. Did I put
okay.
Bossy?
Here's my.
Oh, you said the Messiah of New York hockey.
Oh, I get it. And I wrote a song. Would you guys back me up?
Yeah.
All right.
It's the little drummer boy, Bum. I need some bums from you guys. Ready?
Right.
Come, they told me, ba-rum-pa-bum-bum. A brand new captain's here, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum. The Stanley Cup he brings, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum.
This song is dumb.
Then he'll have his 6th ring. The Islanders are bums, filthy bums. Anthony's a bum. Thank you.
wow.
Roger's off TV. He's not working.
You know, sad he hit the right note.
He's doing the Bing Crosby David Bowie
Auditions
version.
go failing. Ba-rum-pa-bum-bum. Roger's a bum. Sleeps 2-1. Rum-pa-bum-bum. He's not skating. In worse shape every day. His name is Chris Roach. Rum-pa-bum-bum. Rum-pa-bum-bum. He's gonna pass out. I like my song better.
Oh man!
He sleeps
Wow! Wow! This is our special holiday love version of the podcast.
You started with Anthony's a bum. And,
Yes, he did.
Happy holidays.
He did. I believe he did. All right, now my before you guys even got here,
Oh, forget it.
Ron says, I have a list of hockey players who are Jewish. And I said, and who is that supposed to be interesting to?
Right away, he's on me.
When I first heard him, like, why?
In honor of Hanukkah, I figure
He likes lists.
Wait, this is a holiday that's been
He
over
likes
2 weeks.
lists.
I do like lists, but you know what? When I printed it, I said there's something unsettling about making a list of Jewish players.
Yeah.
Like when I read this list, take 2 steps forward. It's just something wrong about it.
But like, yeah, but why Jew? Why does it matter? You know?
Yeah. Are we doing Armenians next week?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to come up with
Listen,
Christmas is
it's
on.
not easy last minute. You know what ideas.
Here's a list of hockey players with
All right.
high blood pressure.
All right, now here's my question. Here's my challenge. Name 6 Jewish hockey players who anyone has ever heard of.
Okay. Now,
I didn't even know if someone was
as you
gonna
guys know, there's not many good Hanukkah songs, so I took a.
another
Did he
song.
write another song?
I took a song it's a Christmas song, and I'm going to make it Jewish.
Good, I'm gonna make a song up after it.
Here we go. On the 8th day of Hanukkah, the NHL gave to me Mike Hartman. Let's talk about Mike Hartman. He used to be a.
Wow.
He was a.
How long did you work on that?
You didn't even know what teams Mike Hartman was on.
Mike Hartman was on the. I thought he was on the Islanders too. He's also Mike Hartman is good friends with Orlando from 94.3 to Shark, and he said he's going to get us Mike Hartman.
Okay.
Mike Hartman was on the Rangers, and
Yeah, I had to look it up for you.
right. How long was he on the Rangers for? Anybody?
No, he was on. He was a good Ranger. I like Mike Hartman.
Where's the guy with the hair that can't stop talking? Where's
Will
our,
Sharon?
He actually sent you a private message.
where's our
He
buddy?
might be at the mall. How do you know?
Oh Christ!
How do you know?
So okay.
The guy with the hair that can't stop talking.
That was a perfect description of him.
On the 7th day of Hanukkah, the NHL gave to me Mike Hartman and Hosang.
Okay,
I
Josh
didn't know-
Hosang.
I didn't
Josh
know he was
Hosang.
Jewish.
Yes, his mother is Jewish, therefore he's officially Jewish.
Oh wow, because he's like a whole bunch of different.
Yeah, he is. He's a lot of ethnicities mixed
He's
into
playing
one.
well though. Since he's come up, he's played well. I'll
Yes,
give him
and
that.
how about we talk about how hockey's going? How's Hosang looking?
He's looking good. The Islanders are looking good too. They're getting back in the playoff push.
Mm-hmm.
I really think they're gonna make the playoffs this year.
I think so too.
They're the team is really losing Tavares, and I said it. I think we all said it might be the best thing that happened to this team.
Yeah.
Everybody's stepping up. And they're playing better as a team, overall team.
Although I would like to point out that last night I watched the Rangers get their butts kicked by the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are a tremendous hockey.
He's only wearing the jersey.
Tremendous hockey team. And I saw this guy, number 91. He's my new favorite player, so I wore a Toronto jersey today.
Very
Number
nice.
91's your new favorite player?
91's my new favorite. That guy was tremendous.
How'd he do last night?
You want to know something? He was invisible for a while. For a while, I was sitting there going, wow, Tavares is really not doing much.
Okay.
But then he made a great, behind-the-back pass for a goal that broke the Rangers' back.
I hate the Maple Leafs. And I hated it before Tavares went there.
That's a good team. I haven't seen them play this year.
Okay.
That's a good team.
Okay,
what are we getting? We're
We're
actually
gonna-
interjecting some hockey. And
We're
your
going to stop
stupid
a good
song.
conversation with your stupid singing.
Sorry,
All right.
I have a Maple Leaf on my list.
It's like a Thursday Sunday show. The show's moving along fine, then Roach comes out. All right.
I have a Maple. Shut your face. I have a Maple Leaf on my list.
The Maple
Okay.
Leafs.
Okay, I want to change the order of the song so it's more.
Oh, God.
It's more apropos. On the 3rd day of Hanukkah, the NHL gave to me Josh Hyman from the Maple Leafs.
How'd you go from
To Mike Hartman's and Josh Hosang in a tree. Hosang!
Wait,
How'd you go from
it
eighth
should
to
have been
seventh?
3 Hymans. You didn't give me my 3
Three
Hymans.
Josh Hymans.
There's 3 Josh Hymans?
Apparently.
Hyman for Harry.
You interrupted for that? They were having
Yeah.
like a little
We
interesting.
were having a little conversation
Actually,
about,
But
actual,
Josh Hyman is a Jewish guy playing on the Maple
about
Leafs.
actual hockey, and he had to interject.
It
three-
sounded
three
interesting.
Hymans.
You know, it was like
Well, Toronto this year was one of the teams favorite to go to the Cup. They
Yeah,
were-
they
were
look good.
stacked.
They actually look very good. It's a stacked team.
They're a stacked team.
Stacked team.
now, how many games do you need to win to make it to the playoffs?
Well, it's not like games. I mean, you
About
gotta-
half
points.
the teams actually make the playoffs.
Okay.
So it's
I don't know
not,
how that works. That
Yeah,
whole
you
system.
get 2 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, 1 point for a loss in overtime.
You need close to 100 points to make the playoffs.
Yeah, you got to get about 100 points is kind of the line of demarcation you're looking for. All right, we got more song?
Are you guys done?
You got more
wait.
song?
I want to hear more song.
On the 4th day of Hanukkah, the NHL gave to me 4 Mike Browns, 3 Josh Hymans, 2 Mike Hartmans, and Josh Hall sang in a tree. Now, Mike Brown wasn't I always mix up Mike Brown and Dustin Brown and Brown Soda, which is actually a Jewish soda. You can get it at any kosher deli. It's a great soda, cream soda, root beer, black cherry's my favorite.
What are they buying time on the show, are they?
Dr. Brown soda.
You know what's the best? Dr. Brown's celery tonic.
Ooh.
I bet you've never had that. Celery-flavored soda.
Celery-flavored soda.
Right? Yeah, I'm telling you. Celery-flavored soda.
And let me say right here, I love kosher food. Okay, I said it.
There you go.
Mike Brown, what team did he play on?
No one knows. Continue.
Come on,
Next.
what the hell's Mophead?
Well, if you want, we can talk about the playoff picture a little bit.
No, hold on to that.
Let me tell you something. You know what I was thinking last night, Anthony?
Yeah.
Before he comes up with his fifth guy?
We got to hear that stupid song.
I was watching the thing, and it's like a rebuild year and stuff, and I was watching the game going, this team, just watching this game, is much more entertaining than watching the team last year when it wasn't a rebuild.
Absolutely.
Even when these guys get beat, they're
They
hustling,
lose, yes.
they're making exciting plays. They got the kids are coming up.
These bright spots.
I am liking the rebuild on both the Rangers and the Islanders.
You know what? Any sport is like that because when the Yankees did that too, when they got rid of all these guys, brought up the young guys, it was so much more fun watching a team like that. Mm-hmm. And even with the Islanders this year, it's a lot more fun. It's so much more fun without worrying. And last year, the whole stress was, especially after the trading deadline, what are they going to do with Tavares? Was always hanging over their heads. And this year, there's none of that. The guys just playing. They're having a good time. They're playing good hockey.
Can I ask, too, do you think hockey's becoming more mainstream now, more than it ever was? Because I was at a bar last night, and they actually had the hockey game on over the football game, too, and I was kind of surprised by that. But,
Could be. Yeah, it depends on the game, too.
Okay.
Depends on what game. They have the Ranger Maple Leaf game?
So, yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay,
people are
New York.
interested in seeing Tavares, and the Rangers are popular. All right, what's your next guy? Go ahead.
Thank you, John. Okay. On the 5th day of Hanukkah, the NHL gave to me 5 Jason Demers, 4 Mike Browns, 3 Josh Hyman's, 2 Mike Hartman's, and Ho sang in a tree. Oh!
Demers.
Jason Demer. Any related to Jacques Demers?
Demers.
Hey, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
What's going on, Carol? You want to be on the
Carol,
podcast?
Carol, come say hello.
Come on, Carol.
John, you have to help me.
I got to go help Carol. you guys do something.
Sorry.
That's
I'll be right back.
Carol, I'm in the middle of a goddamn song here. Carol, you may not
There's
know.
Carol.
Wow.
This podcast, if you're listening, it takes place at the back of Governor's Comedy Studios. This is the podcast room, and Carol is the backbone.
Yeah.
She's been answering the phones here for the comedy club since it opened in the 80s.
Yeah.
She
Carol's
is the backbone.
Governor's original.
Wow,
So-
no one respects this podcast. Just walks in. All right.
Yeah, just walk in
No,
there.
listen, this is an issue, and John's going to handle it, and that's fine. This is a funny Carol story. When I started doing open mics, my dad used to call, and my dad has the same name, it's Anthony Domenico. So he'd be like, I'm going to see 2 tickets for Anthony Domenico. Who are you seeing? My son Anthony. Wait. So you're coming to see? Are you buying tickets for yourself? What's going on? No, it's my son's. He would just call him and say 2 tickets for Larry Marks. Give it a totally different name.
Oh, that's great. Who is I guess let me put the number up here now.
Yo, what's the number, Talali? Write it down so I can do the fancy
It was
voice.
646
No, write it down. I
LA.
want to do the fancy
Where
voice.
do I put it? Right here? Enter it in the comment? Or?
Yeah, you can enter the comment, but I want to do the fancy voice.
Okay, it's we're going to be taking calls later. So while John is helping Carol with her
It's
dilemma,
right there. Roach, back up a little bit.
Oh, my head's in the way.
No, I want to see over there, right there.
1-844
646
646.
5233, and I'll do the fancy read.
Do it.
Hey everybody, another Bucket Podcast coming to you on a Sunday, 2 p.m. as always, and we want to hear from you. What's going on your Sunday? Give us a call at 1-844-646-5233. Once again, 1-844-646-5233. Coming at you on a Sunday.
Again, that's Anthony Domenico and also Nick Tallelli here. Both are graduates of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Yeah.
And you see where that gets you. It gets you on a podcast.
In the same
making
room
no
with each
money.
other. Who knew?
Making no money and
Roach pays other people, not us.
Honestly, I feel more bad for Roach because you know how far you've fallen where now you're with us?
I don't care. I love you guys.
Believe me,
Listen,
this is the highest-
I heard Joe Rogan makes like millions like a month
Yeah, not us.
on a podcast. What is?
Yeah, 'cause this
Has
is good.
anybody here listened to Joe Rogan's podcast?
Here,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's really
that's
good.
the difference, though.
I can't
people
listen
people listen to Joe Rogan's podcast.
Well, I can't listen to any. I can't listen to anybody. I don't have that attention span. But now I figure I gotta listen. Like,
It's really good.
what's he got going on there?
He's
then?
got a lot. What's he got going on? What's his secret?
What's going
He
on
has-
that we're not doing?
He has famous people on.
He
talking
doesn't
about
talk
hockey.
hockey. No.
Damn you, Joe Rogan.
He gets actually like a lot of guests. Like comedians, it started with comedians, friends of his, and they would just kind of like talk shit about life and everything in general. And then he started getting like astrophysicists and
Gets everybody in
he
there,
gets
man.
like everybody. Like Elon Musk was a guest on there. And
Wow.
he gets like really good guests, and he could really talk. He could hold up a conversation. I can't even lie.
Podcasts. I mean,
What the fuck?
No,
What's
well-
that supposed to mean? We can't hold conversations?
well, we can, but what I'm saying is podcasts.
not good.
Though, it is a new it's a new form of radio. It really is. If you have people, you have to have a thing
Now-
that people have to want to come listen to and join in with and everything like that. And we have something like that there. We're building it. We're trying to build an audience here.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can get back on television again, that really help us.
I'm trying,
You know,
I'm
when
trying.
when you're on TV, this show didn't sucked anyway. So
They're
we
shit face.
didn't have any listeners anyway.
No,
so.
he was right. It was right. This is much better shows. But we got an
I can't-
engineer.
Much
No,
better,
no,
no,
we got you,
seriously.
Nick. We got you. We got the phones. We weren't able to take phone calls last time.
Really?
No, well, it
Yeah.
just was no one really to take them. So it was a different.
But
different
also, there's another hockey podcast that's probably the number one hockey podcast. It's called Spit and Chicklets. And I look at these guys, and they're really good. But I'm like, we're doing the same thing. But
Yeah.
they are with Barstool Sports.
That's
sports.
what it
Well, that's the
takes.
thing too. You
Yeah.
gotta get something behind you.
'Cause I would love to have somebody like an intern that like calls hockey players and comedians and schedules them weeks in advance. That'd be lovely. They just had Bill Burr. I'm like, my God, I sat near Bill Burr at a Ranger game, and we talked to each other between periods, and he said he'd call in. I didn't even know how to get in touch with him. I reached out to his manager.
Is he a Bruins fan or a Rangers fan?
Bruins.
Bruins fan. He's a
And-
big boy.
He gets
Yeah.
Apollo, I'm sure though.
The Apollo, man, yeah.
He comes around here over
You know,
sometimes.
yeah. You know what? Because I've been focusing a lot on trying to get hockey players. I'll try to focus more.
Well, listen,
on
if,
some
if-
comedians.
when you're playing like different gigs and stuff outside of these clubs, and you're talking to comics, and you find out they're hockey fans, have them call in, man.
Yeah,
Exchange numbers.
yeah. The
Because think
couple
about it, we
guys.
get their following too. So they go. Apollo goes, "Hey, I'm on the comedians podcast,"
You know what?
and we go like, "Well, let's check this out." You know.
I'll reach out to my agent and I'll see if he knows anybody like Dave Coulier. I want to get. I want to get Bill Burr to call in. And,
He knows a lot about hockey, Dave. We actually,
Yeah.
I opened for him a couple of years ago here.
all right.
And
Note to
we-
self.
We had a great conversation about hockey. He is one of the most knowledgeable hockey
Note
people.
to self. My first podcast view. Hey, thank Jeff Krasner. We're his first podcast view.
Oh, awesome, Jeff. I hope you keep
Bubba
watching
Carlson.
it.
Bubba Carlson. Merry Christmas, pal.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
And it was while waiting for John Truson, who was helping Carol. It was a quick shout out to. Oh, it's John Ziegler's birthday, fellow comedian.
Yes, happy birthday, Ziegler.
Happy birthday, Ziggy. And thanks for tuning in, Jeff Parisi, Jeff Necht, and Joseph Stump, Debbie McGinn.
And always give us a call, Not Another Puckett Podcast, 1-844-646-5233. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, and then I'll finish my song, The 8 Days
I can't wait to hear this thing.
The 8 Days of Hanukkah, sung to the tune
Is that how
of-
you sing in your band?
I don't really sing. I sing
Good.
back up.
You shouldn't sing. 'cause
Sing
you're
back
horrible.
up.
Yeah, and it's hard. Like, I have to work, like, I still have problems playing the guitar and singing at the same time. So sometimes when I'm singing, my fingers stop moving. And I'm like, hey, he's back.
There
All
he
right.
is.
Thank God. We need someone to steal this shit.
John Truson is back in the studio. Let me continue with my song. Now,
Oh God, the song's not over yet.
I'm
No, we were
sorry.
talking about other things. That you
I texted Carol and said, "Come in here and get me out of here, so I don't have to listen to the rest of the song."
Okay, John, I need you.
so we don't know if Jason Demers
Demers.
is related to Jacques Demers. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, the
Here we
6th.
go.
The 6th.
What you guys been waiting for? Here it is.
On the 6th day of Hanukkah, the NHL gave to me 6 Matthew Schneider's, set 5 Jason Demers, 4 Mike Brown's, 3 Josh Hyman's, 2 Mike Hartman's, and whole sang in a tree.
Thank you. Bubba Carlson actually made up a good point. How about the
Yeah.
Winter Classic game coming up?
Listen, Bubba,
Bubba, forget about that. Roach got a song.
yeah, we're talking about Matthew Schneider, who at one time was the all-time Jewish leader in NHL points.
He was the all-time Jew.
Who's the all-time red-haired guy leader in NHL
Yeah, why
points?
don't we do that?
That's next week.
Oh God.
Matthew Schneider, a great defenseman, played for most of his career. Who? Montreal Canadiens, I think it was.
What are you talking about?
Chime in anytime you want, Teresa.
Who are you talking about?
Matthew Schneider is a great defenseman. I remember the Rangers were trying to get him.
Played for the Islanders.
Played for the Islanders. Didn't he play for the? He played for the Islanders. And at the end of his career, didn't he play for the Canadiens first? All right, guys, here we go.
Who's playing the Winter Classic?
By the way, there's a hockey podcast. We're talking hockey. And we'll talk about the Winter Classic after my song.
It's Bruins and Blackhawks?
Here we go. On the 7th day of Hanukkah, the NHL gave to me Mike Camilleri. 7, Mike Camilleri, 6, Matthew Schneider's 5, Jason Demers 4, Mike Brown's 3, Josh Hyman's 2, Mike Hartman's, and Hosang in a tree. Hosang!
Camilleri's a Jew?
Why do you gotta say it like that?
That was so, accusatory.
You know what's...
Matthew Schneider won a Stanley Cup with the Montreal Canadiens. Played for 10 different teams.
Holy crap.
Because I say it because...
He's sort of a wandering Jew.
He's a wandering
Camilleri is
like
sounds,
Moses.
Camilleri sounds like my tribe.
That's brilliant, Tristan. What'd you say, Tristan?
Camilleri sounds like
he
my
played for the
tribe.
Islanders and the Rangers, both.
He did play. We did have him then.
What is the Winter Classic? Can someone explain that to me?
Yes, the Winter Classic is an outdoor game.
Okay.
Plays on the 1st of January.
Yeah.
Okay.
January 1st, like at noon. If you turn on NBC, it's usually on. And it's a game outdoor, usually in a stadium. And it's kind of a fun
It's
event.
Blackhawks and Bruins this year.
Is it?
And I think it's at Notre Dame Stadium.
Isn't there a hockey team that's undefeated playing outdoors? Oh, yes, the Rangers.
Well, that's what they did the Stadium Series that year.
Can I tell you something about Mike Camilleri? He is the grandson.
Sounds Italian.
Yeah.
Mike Camilleri.
How is he Jewish?
He's on my list. He's on my list.
You better check that again, man.
Was the following hockey player step forward? No, this is.
I don't know where your list comes
Hold
from.
on. Make sure. I'm telling you, Mike Camilleri's a Jew. He's on my list somewhere. Where is he? Josh Hosang.
I'm telling you, he's a
I'm
Jew.
offended by this whole podcast.
Again, yeah. There's no offense to. I am 5% Jewish.
No, you're not.
Yeah, according to Ancestry DNA, I'm 5%
Ancestry
Jewish.
DNA
Jewish is a
nonsense.
religion. It's not a...
Yes.
No, here's the thing. I've had this argument before. Jewish is a religion and a nationality because it pertains to a group of people from a certain area. So it is both.
See.
I know some things about some things.
No, that's
guys.
not true because the people from that
There he
area.
is. Mike
Also-
Camilleri's on this list.
Yeah, well, how do I know your list is accurate? Who else is on your list?
Yeah, where'd you get that list?
Well, I'll tell you something
Let me
really.
see your list.
Wait, let me tell you something about Mike Camilleri. He is the grandson of a Holocaust survivor.
What is he, a Jew-gene?
What the hell's a Eugene?
A Jew thinks he's Italian.
That's all.
Mike Camilleri. Yeah, he could. You know what? He could be half Jewish. Camilleri sounds Italian. He is the grandson of a Holocaust survivor. So, God bless you, Mike Camilleri. Coming from a 5%.
Okay, here we go.
segment. I don't-
His father, Leo, is a Sicilian Catholic descent, and his mother, Ruth, is Jewish.
Well, then
Okay.
he's Jewish. If your mother is Jewish, you're Jewish.
Jewish.
So he's
That's
a
the
Jewish,
rules.
At least he's got a good name.
That's the rules.
An Italian Jew. That means good food.
Is Nystrom on your list?
Excuse me.
I got to say, no other hockey podcast is talking about this.
No.
Thank
We
you.
got that ahead of us.
Thank you, Nick.
You know why?
Thank you, young Nicholas.
Is it stupid?
Let's wrap it up with the 8th.
Let's wrap up the show.
There's still more song? There's still more? You can sing some more?
Tristan, I know you long enough. That's your horrible. You're going to say something horrible, but you're thinking about it. Laugh.
Yes. That is
You have
absolutely
something-
No, sing.
There's something horrible twirling around in your.
sing.
Okay.
Oh, I wish I knew what it was.
Here he goes. On the 8th day of Hanukkah, the NHL gave to me 8 Bobby Nystroms, 7 Mike Camilleri, 6 Josh Schneider's, 5 Jason Demers, 4 Mike Brown's, 3 Josh Hyman's, 2 Mike Hartman's, and horse sang in a tree.
All right, now that was a lovely song. With
Thank you.
Bobby Nystrom?
Yep.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
Bobby Nystrom, not Jewish. I
What?
looked it up.
You
He's
say-
not Jewish?
I looked it up. He's not Jewish.
You say
His
Ho
son,
sang in a tree,
his
something
son
like
Eric
Ho
Nystrom
sang
is
in a
because
tree.
Bobby Nystrom married a Jewish woman.
Wait, what?
And his son is Jewish, but Bobby Nystrom is not
What
Jewish.
happened
He
when
was
played
on-
hockey on
He
Long
did not
Island?
convert. He's not Jewish.
He was on my list.
Your list is nonsense.
I'm going to go find me one of them hockey players to marry.
Hold on. All right. So, wow.
Hey, you, I heard you scored a goal or something.
Now your entire list is falling into question.
And he goes to us earlier. Why does Joe Rogan have so many listeners?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they don't have stupid lists like this.
Wait. Okay. So Eric, what teams did Eric Nystrom play on? Is he still playing?
He's still playing. He's playing right now.
All right. Should I start off? Should I
He
sing
married
over?
a Long Island Jewish
No, don't
broad
sing
that-
again.
8 Eric Nystrom's.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. And to all to Eric Nystrom and everybody on my list, happy belated Hanukkah. God bless.
To everybody on my list, I'm sorry it was false. I'm a moron. I can't help it. I don't do research. I just depend on others.
That was horrible. All right, now why don't we move into?
Yeah, let's move into something.
Again, Anthony, tell them they can call in if they want. If you guys want to talk about my song,
Hey, everybody, give us a call.
his mother is Jewish and his father is Italian. Scotty Bond. Yeah, I'm sorry, Anthony. Go.
You done?
Yes.
Hey, everybody, None of the Pucker Podcast wants to hear from you. Give us a call at 1-844-646-5233. None of the Pucker Podcast. Give us a call.
Can I just make a sort of a general podcast observation?
Yeah.
We should have given the number out before the song because now I don't
I
think
did.
anyone-
Yeah, I know.
We gave it out one before everything else.
If you'd like to call in and comment on my song, whether you like it or not, you know,
Please, if you didn't like it, give us a call.
I
Let
don't
us
think it
know.
was offensive. I thought it was, just.
I'm not saying it's offensive.
I'm offended that I had to sit through that.
Again,
I'm
ancestry
wasting
DNA said
my
I'm
Sunday.
5%. I'm 5% European Jewish, so I feel a connection to these players.
Do you?
I feel a connection.
It feels a connection to the players.
Now, also on a side note about Mike Camilleri, he broke Matthew Schneider's record, and he is the all-time Jewish, and he has the all-time NHL Jewish record. He's the points leader for Jewish hockey players, grandson of a Holocaust survivor. God bless you. God bless you, Mike Camilleri, and your grandfather, L'chaim. From one brother to another, L'chaim Mazel Tov.
You guys got to be something though for an Italian to marry a Jew broad because they don't know how to make
Jew
the
broad.
What is this,
What is
1920?
happening?
What
is happening?
You got to
You
make
know,
sure that how to
what
make
year
the
is
Sunday
this?
gravy.
You know, if like an Italian fellow marries a Jewish tomato,
I'm just saying because they don't. You get used. You want your Sunday gravy. You want the good stuff, and they don't know how to make that. You got to teach them.
Thank you, Scotty Burge, who, if I'm pronouncing your name right,
Just saying the truth.
beautiful song. Again, we have the number you can call in. What did you? I didn't hear what you said.
somebody shoot me.
And you started this. This is going to be the best podcast ever. This has been the worst podcast
No,
ever.
it's great from the standpoint of we're going to kill each other before.
Oh, yeah.
People
sure.
like to see conflict,
should.
and there's conflict going on in this room today for sure. That's the number to call in, and if you're listening to this on iTunes, don't call in because it's pre-recorded.
Thanks for that, Roach.
All right, now.
Was it going to be on iTunes? You're
Yeah.
going to go on the website and mess things up again.
I don't think I want to post this one.
What do you mean? We got to post 2 this week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't get in this
You
week.
still didn't post it last week?
I wasn't here last week.
that's
I
all
didn't-
right.
I'm working
post them
crazy
back.
overtime. I have a career as a warehouse employee that I need to.
Where do you work, by the way?
Comedic camera. Stinks.
Oh, that's right, with cameras.
How do you not just come in and post that?
I didn't have the time. I would be only getting out of here like 10 o'clock. I'm working crazy overtime. It's Christmas, the holiday season. Everyone's ordering cameras.
Holidays.
Excuse
And
me.
by the way, we're currently looking for sponsors. Comedic
Yeah.
Camera, that'll cost you $50 for that little plug right there. So send it to us. Now, again, we had a different theme for this podcast that was canceled last minute, so I came up with a holiday theme, which is brilliant on my part.
Yeah.
And we did the little Marc Messier song. We did the 8 days of...
All the songs stink.
Of
All
Hanukkah.
your ideas of songs, they stink.
Because I have a musical ability, and why
You
I
don't have
want
music
to...
ability. We listened to the intro.
And I want to foster that ability. By the way, my band, Ridge Haven, is playing at Revolution in Amityville on December 29th. Amityville, home of the Amityville Horror Hoax. We'll be playing there if you're not
And the
doing
horror
anything.
show, the 29th.
The band is Ridge Haven, ridgehaven.com.
Why Ridge Haven? It says it has a movie or something?
No, because when we first got together, like 20 years ago, we used to practice on my friend's
John
father's
lost
house.
complete interest. He's just talking on his
It's
phone.
Ridge Haven Avenue. All right, let's get back to hockey. Now, John Truson, do you remember the arrival, the day that Marc Messier arrived in New York?
Yeah, he was Jewish, wasn't he?
Marc Messier is not Jewish, but
He looks it.
he was. It was a big deal when he came here. So he was
Yeah.
dating. He was dating celebrities. Madonna. He dated Madonna.
Bang Madonna. So did Tupac, by the way.
We don't know if he banged him. Marc Messier, a friend of mine, and
not a friend of
he.
yours.
Okay.
Do you know about when Chris Roach met Marc Messier?
I heard about that story,
It was pretty entertaining.
Can I hear the story? I haven't heard this story.
Well,
Tell the story.
John Truce and I was sitting at in my seats, row 2, and we realized it was a playoff game, and I realized that we didn't have the playoff towels on our seats. So I'm like, maybe they have some in the lounge area. And the game was about to start. I walk into the lounge area, and there's only 3 people in the room. It's Mike, Marc Messier, Alexei Kovalov, and I think it was Barry Watkins, who works for MSG. Great man, Barry Watkins. And he introduced me to Marc Messier and Alexei Kovalov. And Alexei Kovalov is like kind of talking to a tree. That's the only way I can describe it. It was very exciting experience. But Mark Messier, I just thought, I said, hey, it's great to meet you. Said, let me tell you, I said something like, thank you for bringing the cup. You have no idea what you did for the kid and me when you brought the cup to New York. Then
he's really, making himself a lot less dorky.
I started crying.
That sounded pretty bad. You started crying?
He turned into an 8-year-old girl.
I got welled up, and I started getting emotional, and he was kind of like trying not to laugh.
He was trying to back out of the room.
He was trying not to laugh. I'm like, I said, okay. I said, I'm turning into an 8-year-old girl here, and I'm going to leave. And they laughed, and I went back to my seats. And I wiped my tears away with the playoff towels.
Oh, my God.
I gave one to Truson, and we were victorious. Remember we saw him in between periods? He's like, hey, guys.
So, wait a minute. So, you walked in there, and you kind of, like, let your heart... Like,
actually said, hey, boys.
Hey, boys.
Hey, boys.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yes.
He said, hey, boys to us. Hey, boys.
That's really
You
good.
cried?
I got emotional. I'm saying I was crying.
No, he was crying.
See, can I say this is real quick? This is why I never got interested in sports, because I couldn't imagine ever being affected so much by a player. I just didn't, you know what I mean? Maybe I grew up differently, but I just looked.
I cry every Yankee Old Timers Day watching it.
Yeah, when you're a diehard fan from, and there's only one team. Like, okay, I'm a Jets fan, but nothing compared to how I'm a Ranger fan. Starting as a Ranger fan, like as 8 years old, and I, during those playoff games when the Islanders were winning the cups, I would listen. Sometimes you couldn't when the Islanders played at home, they weren't televised. At least on Long Island, they were, but you had to pay for that sports channel. Remember?
Yep.
And of course, we didn't have sports channel, so I used to have to listen to it on AM radio. And there were times like I was so emotional, I would cry when they lost. And sometimes before playoff games, I remember sitting there on the edge of my seat waiting for the puck to drop. And my father walked by me one time. He's like, you have a problem. He goes, you have a problem. You got to take it easy with the Rangers. I was crazy. People, everyone knows.
It's so weird to let it affect you in that. I mean, again, I'm coming from a experience of not I obviously there's something to that because
You don't
there's
watch
so many
sports
people.
at all? Any sports?
I just couldn't get into it in the way that everyone else did. I like
playoffs-
playing sports, but I never got that sportsmanship thing. Like I never just this is I like to enjoy watching a game. I go, oh, that's good. And then they'll do it again next year, and then the year after that. I never had that journey with it. It's like part of it.
You know what? People said to me that I relax so much, but people have said to me that I'm no fun to watch the Rangers with, especially when they're losing. I'm no
I
fun.
was just say you do take the fun out of it.
Actually,
because,
I like
Yeah,
watching when the
'cause I
Rangers
get-
lose in front of you. That's hilarious.
I would throw stuff. I would have temper tantrums. One time I was so mad I walked outside because my family got upset because they said I'm ruining the night because they were Rangers losing, and I went outside and I remember picking up a stick and beating a telephone pole with a stick for like 30 seconds just to get him back.
It was only 30 seconds because he was so out of breath. He couldn't
Were you like that too, John? Are you no?
No.
Nothing at all.
But they won the cup. I gotta tell you, they won the cup.
No.
They won the Stanley Cup, and I got so much better. It was just like.
No, in certain, not like just day to day. I mean, like the Olympic team, because that was insanely miraculous. What happened there when they beat the Russians, like something like that, is more emotional because it's such a sort. It's like watching a movie, like a Rocky type movie, that's real.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
There's
It was such a it was what they did was impossible.
Right.
It was absolutely impossible. And they did it, and it was very, stuff like that. But just day to day, like if the Rangers lose and stuff, I'm like, okay, they lost. It was a good game.
Yeah.
Good
Because
job.
my cousin's
playoffs.
like that. He punches his leg when the Knicks lose. And he's got
Yeah.
bruises on himself. It's almost like he's doing self-harm because they
I
stink.
get, I get crazy with the Yankees like that.
There were holes during the '94 playoff run. My father came to in the den where I used to watch the games, and he turned on the light. He goes, "Where the hell did this hole come from?" And this hole, and that hole, and they were all holes from me throwing the remote at the wall because they lost some last. One time they were about to win.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
No, that was perfect.
They would who was it? Stefan Richer, Pavel Bure. They would tie the game up with 0.3 seconds left, and I'd be like, motherfucker! I'd throw the
Do you
remote.
really think they're going to lose that Stanley Cup final?
I don't know, bro.
I
don't know, bro. It was scary. You know what? It was not the Stanley Cup final.
The Devils.
It was the Devils.
Devils series was
and that's
rough.
another word. They call Mark Messier the Messiah because his name is MESS, but he did extinguish the Diablos of New Jersey.
Did he really?
He said we will win, and we scored. We were about to get eliminated. He got the hat trick with the open net and pushed it to a game 7.
What's he supposed to say?
Well, he was a leader. He was a leader. And I was listening to an interview with him before, and he said he was taught to win early on.
Yeah.
He's just and other players said that when Mark Messier was in the locker room and he didn't talk, when he wasn't talking, everybody knew that's something he was in the zone, and you better watch out.
The auto zone.
What? You know what's amazing about Mark Messier? 4 cups. I don't know which is probably his most amazing cup to end the drought in New York, or the 5th Stanley Cup he won with Edmonton without Wayne Gretzky.
Well, he still had that team.
New York.
still
He still
stacked.
had that team, except with Gretzky, because that whole team was winners.
Yeah.
Without Gretzky, you had Hall of Famers on that team.
You still had a
You had
stacked
Grant
team.
Fuhrer. You
Yeah.
had you had probably 4 or 5 Hall of Famers on that team.
The most impressive cup I think for him was the one with the Rangers. Even as an Islander fan, I could say that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, Leo Leary, one of our regular watchers, said that Bobby Nystrom is in the National
Oh, my
Jewish Hall of Fame. Now you're mocking me, Lear. Now you're mocking me. Is that true?
Look at I did a lot of research on this, and they said that there are people who said that he he converted and blah blah blah, but it's not supposed to be true.
Hey, Jordan Lineback.
Well, Bobby Nystrom?
And the National Jewish Hall of Fame, is that a real thing, or is that some knucklehead online?
No, Leo
Because
Leary.
there's about 9 of those things.
this is
Because
the
I
guy-
looked through all this stuff yesterday.
This is the guy who was having a
Oh, you
panic
did
attack
some
when I was
research.
I did a ton of research
eating
on
the
this.
protein
Thank
bar.
you, Tristan.
I
What?
think it's the same guy who was having a panic attack while I was eating the protein bar.
Leo Leary?
It's the chewing bar.
He's the guy I did
Chewing
the
side,
I did that Empire thing on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, and he has a very impressive mustache.
Jordan Lauderback is joined.
Hey, Jordan
Oh,
Lauderback.
hey guys, how are you?
Don't make fun of Jordan Lauderback.
He's not making fun of him. He's doing an impression.
We got to
Impression.
call him.
That
We
is
gotta-
true,
We
that
got to
is
call
true.
him Jordan Lauderback. Hey guys, love the hockey.
Jordan Lauderback is a.
I'm
By
gonna
the way-
get on skates before round.
Let me tell you a little something about Jordan Lauderback.
Fuck. Excuse me.
Jordan Lauderback is going to be Newsday's official Rangers coverage guy
wow.
during the Christmas break.
Is he really?
When,
Really?
when nothing happens. Because he was kind of saying, I hope nothing happens because I don't know that much about.
Well,
But he's covering the Rangers for the days when they're not doing anything.
He will, but he's a great writer. I'm sure he can handle
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Jordan, if you want, call us, and you don't have to give us credit. We'll leave
You know
any
what?
questions.
If he's going to cover the Rangers, maybe we'll have him in after he covers the Rangers, and he can tell us.
Oh,
He
Oh,
can tell
that's
us
a
that
great
nothing
idea.
happened.
Yeah.
Nothing
He can just
happened
tell
over the
us his
Christmas.
experience covering hockey when he's not a hockey guy.
Well, he's done. He interviewed Brad Richards once.
I did. I said, "Hey, Brad,
Jordan Lauderback.
what do you think about the ice?
For your
Is it
listeners-
slippery enough?"
Jordan Lauderback. Jordan Lauderback, if you're listening, is one of our brethren. He's a stand-up comedian, very funny guy, but he also writes for Long Island Newsday, right?
I
Yes,
do.
that's
And
correct.
I think he covers high school sports.
Well, he covers. He's written articles on the Mets. He's written articles on the major teams.
Yeah, he covers the pro sports.
He did, as I
well.
said. He did an interview with Brad Richards for the paper.
He actually wrote an article about the Mets a couple years ago that was very, very good.
And a funny
I
man.
hate the Mets. And
Funny dude.
Very funny comic. Go see Jordan Lauderback.
Jordan
He's a
Lauderback.
He's a pal of ours.
Lauderback. Is that Jewish, Jordan?
Oh, maybe. Not none of your goddamn. Not if you're gonna sing a song about it.
So, again, we put the numbers up. Today's topics were Mark Messier, the Messiah of New York hockey, coming to New York.
So wait, did he sign with the Rangers or was he traded to the Rangers? I don't know the whole story.
I think he signed with them.
Yeah, I don't think
he was a free agent. At
I don't
that
think
point.
we. Yeah.
Good question. I don't remember.
Because I don't remember that either. Like because I was young, I was very. He came to the Rangers in '90, right? And they won
No, it was 90?
90 or 91. I think they won the
Yeah.
President's Trophy his first year there, right?
No, I think they had a bad year. Then they won the President's
Then they won the
Trophy.
President's
I think
Trophy.
so. Yeah.
And then the Rangers could very well have had 2 Stanley Cups if it was not for the strike in what 93 was it 92? There was a hockey strike.
90, no,
it was after. It was
95.
95.
It was the year after they.
Oh, was it? Okay, it was after, and
Yep.
you know,
That's when Colorado won.
yeah.
That they lost to Colorado. That's when Quebec moved to Colorado, became the Avalanche. They had Joe Sakic. They traded for Patrick Waugh that year.
Oh, I don't know that Quebec just
They
they
had a
didn't
really-
fold. They moved.
They had a really good team, Joe. And then I remember the Rangers actually were after Joe Sakic too when he was a free agent.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
I remember the article that when he signed back with the Avalanche. It was Broadway No. It was one of my favorite news. I wanted to frame it and put it on my wall. It was all my a lot of my good friends are Ranger fans, and they were doing was like Joe Sakic, here comes the cup. Now we're gonna get the cup, and then the next was Broadway No.
Speaking of articles, remembering articles, I remember
Oh, yeah?
Mark Messier saying, "We will win, and it was on the back page of
You
the
know what?
Post.
He's right. They did win the President's Trophy the first year.
Hey, look at me knowing something.
There you go. That was very good. They were ousted in 6 games, the second round of the playoffs, by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then the next year, they missed the playoffs. That was the second year they had
That was
the
the
off year. There you go.
And right now, the Rangers and Islanders, they're neck and neck. They're fighting for that last playoff spot. The Islanders have
With a
30.
bunch of other teams.
Well, you have Boston and Montreal in the 2 wild card spots, and then you have within a group of teams. I mean, it's really all pretty close. I mean, the Islanders have 38 points, Rangers have 35, Detroit has 35, Florida's got 34, Ottawa's got 34, Carolina's got 33, Philly's got 32, and New Jersey's got 31. So all relatively within that. Any team going to run right there.
Yeah, it's whoever gets hot, whoever has injuries. You know what injury has hurt the Rangers was Cody McLeod. Nobody talks about it. That's hurt because that guy was really putting a little pep in that team.
Yeah.
He's a 4th-line player, and he went down.
I can't believe how good Winnipeg is playing.
Winnipeg's awesome.
Winnipeg rocks.
Winnipeg, Tampa Bay's having an amazing year. You look at these
It's
teams.
going to be Tampa Bay or Toronto.
It's not always a team with the best record. I mean, that's the
but
thing too.
Toronto looks dominant. I think Toronto is going to win the cup.
I hope they
I don't know. Tampa's actually playing better than Toronto.
Anthony, as an Islander fan,
Yeah.
if Toronto wins the cup, will you be that much more angry at Tavares?
No, not at all.
Wait, did he come back to the Islanders yet? Did that game happen?
No.
Actually, both the Islanders and the Rangers are closer to sneaking into 3rd place than they are to the wild card.
They are.
Because the
actually.
3rd place team has 42 points.
Which
Yeah.
is who?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yeah. So they're actually closer to 3rd place than the wild card.
They could pop into 3rd place there.
What's his name? Gino from the Pittsburgh. He was on the list.
Gino
I
from
forgot him.
Pittsburgh?
They call him Gino. Malkin is Jewish.
He's Russian, right?
Yes, but he's on. I forgot to put him on. Evgeny Malkin.
I hate Malkin. So
You looked that up, Tristan? Because the theme of today's podcast, which we had to change last minute because we had a cancellation,
is the worst show ever.
is this. It is our Happy Holidays podcast, and we were talking about Jewish players in the NHL and the coming of Mark Messier to New York.
So talk more about that. Talk about Messi coming to New York. Do you think it changed the culture of the team right away? I mean, obviously they're in the president.
I think it did.
Absolutely. It put the,
How so? Because when you get a player of that magnitude coming over here, it just makes their team better and
Yes.
people more
Yeah, he had
enthused.
5 Stanley Cups. Anytime you got a guy who's won Stanley Cups on your team, it's helpful.
Right. And he's still-
when you have the guy, the guy was the captain who won multiple Stanley Cups, and he may be the best leader in the history of sports.
Yeah,
He may be the best,
Yeah, one without Gretzky. That was a big one to show that he can win without the best
And he was
player.
the captain of that team as well.
Do you think it's better for a team to get someone who's a Stanley Cup winner to bring them up, or do you think it's better to have a team that starts from with nobody and then wins the Stanley Cup?
Well,
Is that more dramatic for you
I
guys?
think-
It's almost
I-
like a following.
I think the thought was it was good to have new players, but it was always good to have 1 or 2 players with playoff experience.
Yeah.
Or that won a Stanley Cup, so the younger guys look to them like, oh, he's been there before. We're going to be okay. It's
All right, but I think it's more beautiful if a team does it by from that weren't there before. That's
Yeah.
dramatic.
Yeah.
That's
I think it was
Now it doesn't say in the bio here whether Malkin is Jewish. However, it does say that he owns a restaurant which is designed to look like the inside of a prison.
Really?
How great is that?
That's-
wow.
I like that.
Get your slop.
Ladles the food onto you. That's great.
That's odd. One thing Mark Messier said, I remember he said to his players, to Brian Leach, Game 6 versus the...
Why are you holding your man boobs?
Because my fingers are chilly. Game 6 versus... In 94, Game 6 versus the Vancouver Canucks. Messier let his team know that this will be the hardest game you've ever had to play.
Really?
Because now it's do or die, Stanley Cup Finals. You're in enemy territory, and you ever see Vancouver when they lose
They
a
burn
playoff
the
game?
place down.
They riot. They riot.
Literally
in the
burn the
streets.
place down.
Yep.
They've overturned cars. Police come out and they riot. And so in New York, it's next year.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's
when they lost to the Bruins in 2010, they burned the city down.
they go crazy. They go crazy. Can you imagine being police officers listening to that game like, oh, God,
Oh
please,
wow,
oh.
yeah, really.
Oh God, please! I want to go home.
Oh, this year when you get a player like that has like the Islanders. I think a big reason for the Islanders turnaround this year is that they got a general manager who has won Stanley Cups and built teams from the scratch, and their head coach won a Stanley Cup last year. So when guys and players, even like a coach or management, when they say something, it's so much more weight behind it.
Yep.
Because obviously they know what they're talking about. So even a player come in like that. If you've got younger players on the team, you definitely want you to listen to them because they know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. When the Rangers won the Stanley Cup in '94,
back in my day,
there still was rioting in the streets of Vancouver. They still went nuts, even though it wasn't a home game. But as a player too,
I hated that. I hated that song.
You know that Wayne Gretzky used to. There was. Do you remember the kidnapping thing? There was a credible threat of Wayne Gretzky being kidnapped. Gretzky? That's another guy.
The great Gretzky.
There was a credible threat of him being kidnapped.
I saw that movie with DiCaprio, The Great Gretzky,
where they had the shit face. What are you gonna mock me? Why can't you just listen?
Because it's so much more fun to mock you than listen to whatever you're saying.
Young Nicholas, there was a kidnapping threat, a credible kidnapping threat where they actually
get to the point.
Would escort him from game to game. I forgot what it was. Fans of another team in Canada. I can't remember the team, but there was a credible threat.
Like Celtic Pride.
There was also, I think this was in the 50s or maybe earlier. In the 50s, they used to have goal judges. Mm-hmm. When did they stop using goal judges, or do they still have?
There's still a goal judge.
Where somebody would sit behind the
He
goal.
does. There's still the guy there.
You know what it is? And you don't really see the refs talking to the goal judges. Remember when the refs would go over there and talk to them?
They don't talk to them that much. Well, now they go to the video, so they don't need that.
There was a guy behind the net. Anyway.
And he hits the button. Turns on the red light.
This one guy, I don't know where it was, maybe New York, 1950s, and a player didn't like the call that the goal judge said it was no goal or something, so the player went over and threw his stick at the it was probably like fencing back then, no glass. Little did he know.
Oh, like.
Yeah, threw it at the guy and cursed him, but little did he know that the goal judge had mafia connections.
Oh, wow.
So he, for a long time, had police escorts to game. I got to find out the player.
I don't think this was an NHL thing. I think you're talking about because you showed me this article, and this was that minor league team where that guy bought the minor league team, the mob guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. See, now you're just making up facts and making it into a Ranger game. But it was a minor league team, and it was like the toughest team ever. That's what I think the article was called. And this guy was he had some ties. He was organized. He was a legitimate businessman who was in the karting industry,
there's no such thing as.
Can I just say something? If I ever try to make a story more interesting, just go with it.
We're about the facts here.
Just go with it. Just go with it. Nick doesn't know.
I was listening. I was like, "Wow, this."
Well, that's the thing.
the
Nick
fact
doesn't know
checkers.
about hockey, and
All
you're
right.
telling
The
me
truth
false
is,
information.
it was actually soccer, and it was in Brazil.
Well, those guys,
It was a cartel.
Hey,
those guys regularly kill people after games.
Yeah, that's regular.
Yeah, there was a soccer player that was killed by the cartel after he scored on his own net.
Oh, really? I didn't even.
It was actually as a player, the USA beat Brazil one year in the World Cup. I think it was '94, and that goalie was killed when he got back to Brazil.
Nice.
Also, wait,
Winning goal.
there was I think Saddam Hussein's son was such.
Hussein.
Yeah, remember that? Hussein?
Hussein.
He was such
Hussein.
He was a fan of the team, but when the team lost, I heard he would like hit the coach with a shoe and beat him and stuff, and crazy.
Shock me.
Did you ever see the HBO series House of Saddam?
No.
I believe that would happen then, because the way they portray it, it was definitely a lot of crazy.
Was that a
things
Vice
going on.
documentary, or was that a movie?
One time,
It was like a 6-part series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
one time a player had a bad game on the Iranian hockey team, and
Is it an Iranian hockey team?
they sent a missile to blow up his house.
Oh my god.
That never happened. That never happened.
I just believe it. Like, why would I not? Like, you know.
Sorry.
Oh man.
I'm a comedian. I gotta
One
make
time there was a
embellish.
secret hockey game, and this comedian tried to skate, and he passed out because he was so short of breath, and they never let him near a hockey rink again.
That never
Or
happened.
television.
It will in 3 months.
Oh man.
Wow, we're almost out of time.
Yeah, imagine that. We managed to fill it.
And we haven't even mentioned Shlomo LePerriere of the Montreal Maroons.
Shlomo LePerriere.
Yeah, the rabbinical rocket.
The rabbinical.
They called him the Rabbinical Rocket.
Yeah.
You're lying to me.
No, I'm not.
I hope you're not lying to
Look
me.
it up.
This is great.
Scored 283 goals back in the day when that was a lot of goals.
I mean, you're being specific with the goals.
The whole
because
fan
it's true or
with
because you're lying?
slow mo.
The rabbinical rocket. Look
That's
it
where
up.
they got the idea of
The rabbinical rocket? Are you lying to me?
Yeah, I'm lying.
Damn it! Oh,
Who thinks that's true?
the
that's
rabbinical.
fantastic.
I like the rabbinical rocket. I think we need that guy.
You know what it
I
was?
like the excitement in your eyes, though.
Because you know what it was? It was the specificity.
Well, that's the key to lying. Be
Yeah.
very specific.
Yes, and remember your lies. Remember the details. The rabbinical rocket, but he never played on Saturdays.
You know what? That was
Shomer Shams.
who was who? There was a couple of guys. It was I remember
What is
when I was a kid when the Art Shamsky wouldn't play on like High Holy Days. I don't think Sandy Koufax played on
No.
High Holy. There were absolutely some Major League ball
There's some
players.
basketball players too, like Hakeem Olajuwon was practicing Muslim. He would fast during Ramadan, and he would still play.
Wow.
Wow.
He wouldn't eat.
But when you fast during Ramadan, I think you can eat at night. I think.
But during the game, like they were always like
yeah.
giving him fluids and stuff. They were just
Yeah.
worried about him not being able to perform, and he would sometimes not play during certain things.
Again, this has been our Happy Holidays podcast, not another fucking podcast. I think we're just about out of time.
That's
Right
right.
time.
Yeah.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
All right.
Wait, should we finish up with me singing the Hanukkah song again?
Yeah. Why don't you do it one more time?
Anthony, can you hand that to me?
You don't remember it?
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey guys.
Yeah, Anthony should do it.
Yeah, the 8th day of Hanukkah.
That's Anthony doing an impersonation of me. Here we go.
Rescue dogs. Rescue.
Give my respect. Whatever that means to you. You got it.
Are you ready to chime in with? Or you could feel free to interject with some
I'm gonna interject.
some little clips there. Here we go.
Here you go.
Let's finish out with the
All right.
8 days.
8 days of
Don't make any noise when the music's playing. I don't like any noise when the music's playing.
The 8 Days of Hanukkah by Chris Roach.
There was doo-doo feces thrown all over the walls.
On the 8th day of Hanukkah, the NHL gave to me
Directly in the butt talk.
8 Bobby Nystrom's, 7 Mike Camilleri, 6 Matthew Schneider, 5 Jason Demers, 4 Mike Browns, 3 Josh Hyman's, 2 Mike Hartman's, and Ho sang in a tree.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
This has been Not Another Puckin' Podcast, Comedians on Hockey. I'm Chris Roach.
I'm John Truson.
I'm Anthony Domenico.
I'm Nick Tallelli.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yep. Hey, everybody, come see Riverdale at the Amityville Horror House.
Riverdale.
We're the scariest thing you'll ever see. Worst band in Long Island.
Ridgehaven.
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 Come see Riverdance. Roaches, pants, socks.